Hello friends, welcome back. In the present lecture, let us start a new chapter called Shear Strength. Shear Strength. So tell me what is meant by a strength? That means it is having capability to resist it. So what we are talking about shear strength, that means the capacity or the resistance of a soil to resist the shear forces acting on them, isn't it? So in the present chapter, we are going to estimate the what is the shear strength of the soil for different types of the soils by using analytical and the experimental approaches. So by the end of this chapter, we should be able to in a position to estimate the shear capacity of a soil, capacity or shear strength of the soil. So why it is important to study? As we are talking about the soil, so the soil is nothing but an unconsolidated material and it can be able to resist the shear forces. That means, so depending upon the shear capacity, that means let us say for a particular soil and the particular plane, if the shear strength is 100 kilonewton, that means along that plane, the soil can able to resist a shear forces of magnitude 100 kilonewton. So this is like a very important parameter. That means whether on the soil mass external loads are acting or whether there may be some internal changes to estimate the stability of the soil mass. To estimate the stability of soil mass, then we have to know the strength of the soil. That is nothing but a shear strength. Suppose let us consider an example. Suppose if we are talking about any slope, let us say if I am talking about the infinite slope, this we are going to discuss in the foundation engineering. In the infinite slopes, we should be able to study that whether the failure will occur or not. If we are thinking practically, in summer days, you won't see in news that there won't be much landslides will happen. But in the rainy season, you will see that you will hear in the news that landslides are occurring more. That means depending upon the natural condition, like whether, like if you want to discuss more, whether seepage is occurring, whether the entire slope is under submerged condition, or whether the soil is under dry condition. Depending upon the natural state, we have to estimate whether the failure of the slopes will occur or not. By estimating which parameter? By comparing the shear strength parameter. That means, depending upon the natural condition, there may exist some shear forces along the planes. So, to resist it, the soil must have sufficient shear strength. If the soil doesn't have shear strength, then we are gonna say that the soil is going under to be failure. So, depending upon the type of the problem, we have to estimate or we have to analyze the stability of the soil mass. Let us assume that on this plane, if the shear stresses are acting like this, let's say the shear stresses acting on this is tau. So to resist it, resisting force should be acting in the upward direction. Let us say the shear strength of the soil is represented by S. If your shear stress, if it is coming less than the shear strength of the soil, then your strength is more compared to your stresses. So we can say that the soil mass is stable. If your applied shear stress is greater than the shear strength of the soil, then we can say that unstable or we can say that failure will occur. So this is what one example based on the infinite source. Like that, we are having different types of problems. Like if you are gonna study about the retaining structures, that means nothing but what is the earth pressure acting on the retaining wall. Or if you want to study about the bearing capacity of the soil, even while estimating the bearing capacity, we will consider that the soil is going to be under shear failure. Nothing but a If you go and discuss local shear failure, general shear failure, pungent shear failure, again it is depending upon the type of the soil. So, and also there is one more important parameter, nothing but a settlement. So if you want to construct anything, so you will consider two parameters. One is with respect to the settlement and another one is with respect to the shear strength. So whatever the structure, soil retaining structure you want to construct it, you have to make sure that your shear strength should be greater than the shear stresses acting on the soil mass. Then only our soil mass will be under stable condition. Otherwise, it is going on to be failure. Let us discuss about the what is the mechanism. That means how the shear resistance is generated in the soil mass. Thus, we can say that what is the mechanism of shear resistance. So, in general, the mechanisms like three different mechanisms are existing. So, first one is nothing but a frictional resistance. As we know everything about friction, what is meant of friction? There exists an resisting force opposite parallel to the surface, opposite to the direction of the force. Frictional resistance. It is depending upon the type of the surface particle. And also, second one we'll talk about the interlocking of particles. Interlocking of particles. That means the name itself we can understand. Interlocking. What is mean interlocking? One particle and another particle are interlocked together. Depending upon their shape, they are locked together. So because of that, shear resistance will also develop. Let us say if I'm talking about any, let us assume that if you are having some circular shape particles, soil particles, will there be any locking between these two? No. That means if your soil particles are exactly round shape, then there won't exist any interlocking. Suppose if they are angular shape, that means let us say one particle is like this and another particle is like this. See, as there will be some mechanism. Suppose if I apply a shear stress of magnitude like this, definitely because of this arrangement of these particles, definitely there will be some resistance. So that is one thing but interlocking. If your soil particles are exactly rounded shape, then there will not be interlocking. That means this type of the soil particles will be observed in the clay soils. And next one is that because of the cohesion, because of the cohesion, or we can also call it as a adhesion of molecules. So cohesion, the attractive forces are together. So in general, if you are taking any soil, overall the shear resisting is developed because of frictional resistance, interlocking of particles, cohesion and adhesion of molecules. And again, if I talk about separately, that means if I talk about the granular soils, like if you are talking about the sand, then the gravel. So these type of particles will have the shear strength because of the first and second condition. That means in granular soil, there will not be any cohesion between the soil particles. That's why if it is a granular soil, like I'll talk about the sand, the shear strength will exist only because of the frictional resistance and also because of the interlocking of the particles. But if I am talking about the highly, like if I'm talking about the fine grained soils, like silts, clays, fine grained soils, then the shear strength is only because of the 1 and 3. That means there will not be any shear resistance coming from the interlocking. Why? Because for fine grained soils, the soil particles will be in the form of circular shape. As they will be in the form of circular shape, then in because of the interlocking, there will not be any resistance. Suppose if I talk about the pure clay, if I talk about exactly pure clay, then I will have my shear strength because of the cohesion only. Why? Because in pure clay, the soil particles are exactly in the rounded shape, and also as there will be some cohesion, like some attractive forces between them, there will not be any frictional resistance. So, if you are talking about the granular soils like sand, shear resistance will develop because of the frictional resistance and the interlocking. If you are talking about the fine grained soils, then shear resistance will develop because of frictional as well as the cohesion. Like we can say it is a silty soil as an example. But if you are talking about the pure clays, then the shear resistance is only exist because of the cohesion between the soil particles. Okay, this is what about the mechanism under the shear resistance. In the next chapter, in the next lecture, we will discuss about the shear strength at a shear stress at a point, and also we will discuss about the Mohr circle. Thank you.